Hey everybody. Today I want to talk about the issue with the job market and how hard it is to find a job. I hear a lot of people talking on YouTube that jobs are really hard to come by and it's hard for people to actually get a job. And I hear a lot of negativity, and a lot of people sounds like they are depressed because they can't find a job and they keep searching. And today I'm going to try to give a video that is more positive. That's what I'm going to do, is I'm trying to make everything positive, so people are not watching a bunch of YouTube videos that just turn everybody into negativity, doesn't turn people into depression. And a lot of YouTube videos out there are just plain negative about everything because they talk about how bad everything is and there's just no positivity. And I want to help with that because I might be able to help people get jobs. I know I struggled at the beginning, but I found out what I did wrong, and I actually got a job fairly quickly. So for me, and if you want to be like me, or well, I'm not going to say you don't want to be me, you want to be yourself. But I put in my application, less than 24 hours, I actually started my first shift. So I started working 24 hours or less than 24 hours after I put in my application. So today I'm going to tell you what I did to get my first job and to actually get it quick. So the first thing that you want to do is, one, stop looking at third-party websites such as Indeed and um, ZipRecruiter. Stop going to those websites. Most likely, those could be fake. They might not be real. Um, they might not be real jobs. Um, that could be just some random person just putting job listings for businesses that don't even exist. Um, or they could be acting like, oh, this is Dollar General, we are hiring immediately. Well, the person that's listening probably don't even work for Dollar General or even have a Dollar General store. They're just putting up fake applications just to get people's personal data and personal information so they can on sell it as data, sell it to companies or advertisements. Because yes, there is a thing out there that sells your personal data. They're called data brokers. So it could be just data brokers just trying to get people's personal information, and they are putting up these fake applications just so people would type in their data like, oh, my name is this, I live here, this is, you give them your address, you give them your zip code, you give them all your personal identification, and then they sell that to advertisements. So quit looking at third parties. The best thing for you to do is to go directly to the website, or go directly to the website. Now, if you want to look up stores and go to hiring, what I recommend you do is go to your local stores. So let's say the best thing for you to do is to go drive around. So what I would do is go look into your city and drive around. Um, if you say, like, for instance, let's say you see Walmart, Dollar General, Dollar Tree, Papa John's, Sonic, Walgreens, um, and go to these stores and ask them directly, are y'all hiring? Ask them directly if they're hiring. It's better to show up in person and do that because now you got information. And some companies are putting posters or papers at the front door saying, we are hiring. We are desperately and we're hiring immediately. Or they put information right there on the doors when you walk in, or on drive-through windows that says we're hiring. So go around and look, because when you do that, you get to see what stores and what companies are available in your area. So go do that first. And then go directly to their websites and go to their career page and look up that company. And then go to their career page and then fill out the application there. And that's pretty much what I did to actually get a job. And to continue the story that I started off at the very beginning, I remember it was on a Thursday, and it was about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I put in my application for Domino's, and by Friday, the day after, on a Friday, about 12 o'clock, I got hired. I came in, filled out my W-2 and all my tax forms, and I started my first shift, started my training, and then started working on the inside. So in less than 24 hours, I was already working the job. So yes, people are hiring. So before I made this video, like literally like 30 minutes before I started making this video recording, right here on my tablet, as you can see, this is the Remarkable 2. On my tablet, I listed some things. I did a little bit of research, and here are a few places. These jobs are hiring all over the country. They got like thousands of openings across the country. And I've even seen some of them hit 4 or 5,000 openings where they are desperately need people they are looking to hire. Domino's, Dollar Tree, Family Dollar, Walmart, Sam's Club, Papa John's, and Best Buy are a few places that are looking to actually hire, and they got open positions. So that's the basis of this video, and I hope that does help you out some. I'm hoping you can get a job, and if you do have a job right now, I advise you don't quit that job. Don't pursue a career. I know a lot of people saying you should quit your 9 to 5 and start a YouTube channel or start your hobbies and start, do something crazy. Please don't do that, because a lot of these people that are YouTubers, they're already making money. Like, they're making YouTube videos and they can actually survive on what they actually make. So they don't need a job to survive on because they're already making the money. So unless you're already making money on your hobbies and you're making enough money to pay your bills, support your family, whatever it is you have to have money for, then yes, you might be able to quit your 9 to 5. But if you're not making money off your hobbies, you're not making money off of YouTube, you're not making enough money off of photography, if you're not making money off of computers, buying and reselling, if you're not making money off your eBay store, whatever it is you do for a hobby, if you're not making enough money to survive, or you're not making enough money to pay basic bills or pay whatever it is you got to have to survive, please don't quit your job. Keep your job going. Stay with your job, because a lot of these people who are influencers that's trying to tell you quit your 9 to 5 and do this instead, they're making money whether they own retail or they own apartments or they renting out stuff to people. Like, somehow they're making money. They're making money without a job. They have multiple streams of income. Okay? And they're out there, they're making money. They don't need a job to survive on. Okay? They are making money. So they don't need a job. And I know a lot of people, they're going to influence you and say, oh, do this, do that, do this, do that. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Unless your hobbies have turned into a job that makes you money, stick with your job. Stick with your job. Don't put yourself in debt. Don't put yourself into debt to where you can't get back onto a job, because we don't know what the economy is going to do. We don't know how bad things are going to get. If things are going to get worse or if things are going to get better, you really don't know. Stick with your job until your hobby can financially support you. Okay? So that's all I have. I hope this video was helpful. But just remember, even though it seems like everything is depressing, we have a lot of influence. We have a lot of people that are on YouTube saying we're in the worst economy ever. Everything is bad. Um, Jobs are hard to do it. Don't let these people get you down. Keep going and keep pushing. Okay? Because yes, I made a mistake. I put in a lot of applications. I didn't get hired. But then I realized that these could be fake applications. Okay? Don't go to third party websites. Go directly to the company's website. Go to their career page and put in applications there. Go to your nearest stores. Ask for the store manager and ask if they are hiring, and then you'll know if they're hiring or not. Okay? That's the best way to get a job. So there are a lot of people hiring. Another thing I want to touch in is a lot of people say Gen Z are bad. Gen Z don't want to work. Um, I'm not going to sit here and say Gen Z is lazy and they don't want to work, but I've watched a lot of people come in into the company that I work for, and they work one day and quit. So that's why I believe that if other people, like in my generation, I'm a millennial in my generation, a lot of people have moved up to higher jobs. So no one's working these lower paying jobs. And I think that's why we see a lot of job openings nowadays, because once again, I know a lot of people on YouTube says we're in a bad job economy, nobody's hiring. But from what I look at and my stance, and since I went and did a lot of research and I went to individual job websites instead of going on Job Recruiter and Indeed, there's a lot of people hiring because Gen Zs don't want to work these low paying jobs, but in the end, you got to start somewhere. Well, if the millennials and Gen Z and Gen Alpha are not working and they're not doing these lower end jobs and they want to start at the high end and the millennials move up, then all these low end jobs that are paying only $10 an hour or $11 an hour or $12 an hour, all these jobs are going to be opening because no one's working those jobs. The millennials have moved up to the higher paying jobs and no one's working lower paying jobs, which means those jobs are going to be available. They're going to be opening, and that's why I think there's a lot of job openings, and there's more than what a lot of YouTubers are saying. I just think everything is just being politicized right now. Everything's being political. No one likes Donald Trump. No one likes what's going on right now, and everybody's just being negative about everything. But I believe that there is a lot of job openings because, once again, millennials have moved up to the higher paying jobs and no one's working these lower paying jobs. So I honestly believe that there are a lot of jobs available because no one's working the lower end jobs. So the best thing to do is if you can't get a higher end job, then at least work the lower end jobs until you can find an opening doing a career that you want. Another thing I want to touch on is when should you quit your job? Well, you should quit your job when you find a job that is a hobby. So let's say you have a hobby and you like something. Well, you find a job that lets you do your hobby. That's when you should quit your job. So you find a job that is like a hobby to you, something that you actually want to do. You already started that job and you've been working there a couple of weeks and it's higher paying. And it's like and to you that job is more like a hobby because that's what you enjoy doing. That's when you got a winning job. So that's when you should actually quit your job and quit your 9 to 5 because now you're working for fun and you're no longer working for money and you're no longer working no matter what the time is. You're actually working as many hours as you want because now you want to work all the time because you're enjoying life. Because now you get to do your hobby. You get to work. You got a job that feels like you're just having fun because you're working something that inspires you. So that's when you should actually quit your job and move up in the world. Um, so, well, that's all I got. I hope this video was helpful, and I hope it helps you get a job. So go out there, get a job, work, keep these companies open, because I'm pretty sure everybody likes these companies because people are spending a lot of money. So these companies need to stay open, and everybody needs employees, and there's a lot more job opening than what is being let on. So have a good day. See you in the next video.